Hello, welcome back. DJ Vic Vapor with you. Bitwig Studio Phase 4 course, and we've talked about some of the parameters in the previous previous tutorial. This time we're going to talk about some more parameters, specifically the global parameters, which would include what we see here on the left in this little box and some of the per voice parameters over here on the right. So these are pretty easy to figure out, but let's go through them anyway so that we understand what's going on here. And I will turn this guy all the way down and turn this guy all the way down. So initially right now, if I hit a key, we're not able to really see much going on here when I turn these. And that's because we need to have some adjustments available on the different oscillators to allow the global controls to actually have something to work with. So let's do that. So let me go ahead and just make some small adjustments over here. I will say change the ratio on this guy, and let's change the detune a little bit. And what do we want to do over here? Let's turn up the mod a little bit on that. Let's take key tracking off and turn this guy up a little bit. And now we should start to see some modulation happening. And let's move some shape around. Some shape. We're still just doing audibly, we're just doing the red oscillator 1. I've still got the volumes turned down on these. I'm just using them right now for a display for the global. So by changing the shapes a little bit and the modulation a little bit, it will allow these parameters to actually take effect for us. So there you go. Easy way to understand the global aspect of that. So these must be turned up for you to really hear anything. Otherwise, if they're turned down and you're wondering why you're not getting any shape or modulation sound changes, pay attention to the global aspect. To me, the power of what's going on over here on the global parameters is something that we can explore more when you get into adding modulators, because I think once you dial in a good sound here, the modulators that are available within Bitwig can really be powerful on the global aspect. So moving up from this, we've got pitch, pretty straightforward, double click it, keep it where it needs to go. Then you've got glide, and right now it's not doing anything, but I'm pushing a couple different notes here. And it's allowing us to have that nice glide feature between the notes. And some of the things that are fun about getting into glide and stuff, you can see over here, we've got single trigger, legato glide, things like that. So we get into voice stacking. The global glide feature can be really fun to work with and really cool for some unique sound design. So moving over here to this side, we've got some per voice settings are what they called. So left and right, pretty straightforward. We get into voice stacking again. You can start to do some really cool sound design because you can separate and per voice pan each thing. And then you've got your per voice gain, which can allow you to maybe get into some really cool kind of driving the sound features, maybe even getting into some clipping designs and things like that. And then you got your overall output right here. So pretty straightforward with these guys, but just understand they are per voice, but they still sort of act like global controls as well. So there's a good look at the final few parameters that we hadn't talked about. All we got left right here is this monster, the filter, and it looks pretty intimidating, but I think we can have some fun breaking it down and getting a good idea of what's going on. So let's go ahead and move on and talk a little bit more about what's available inside of the Phase 4 filter.